Hi, my name's Ishmael and today I'm going to talk to you about the massive opportunities which are going to be just round the corner. So, first off, landlords have been taking bounce back loans. Now, people have been using these for various things. I'm not going to get into details of why people have been taking out bounce back loans, but recent information has come out that a lot of landlords who have been taking a bounce back loan for their property business to cover them for either rent or any other maintenance or repairs or voids or anything that has happened recently have had to declare to take out the loan that they have been financially affected by coronavirus. Now, if they've been financially affected by coronavirus, what does that mean? Well, it means that their business has made a loss or is looking like making a loss and therefore is facing financial difficulty because of coronavirus. So what are banks doing in response to this? The banks are saying it's not just because they're taking out a bounce back loan, but the banks are refusing to remortgage properties and to release equity and to deal with them for mortgage applications. Because they've taken out a bounce back loan, that's indicated that they have a high risk portfolio as far as the banks are concerned. So they're taking that into account along with the property prices market as a whole, where people suggest that the property prices might be dropping. They're saying we're not going to deal with high risk customers. So a lot of the landlords who have dealt with bounce back loans are now affected and they cannot remortgage their properties. This means that they are going to be paying higher interest, and if they're going to be paying higher interest, then that's going to put their portfolio under a lot of strain, and this could mean that they're going to have to start selling off their portfolio to allow their cash flow to keep going, because they're going to have too much interest rates and the properties which aren't making the perfect amount of return are going to have to be sold off. That, coupled with what has been going on with Section 24, where if you have a property in your own name, you are going to be taxed and you cannot claim the interest mortgage back before your tax. So this means that you could be paying 40% tax. A lot of people who have their properties in their own name will be paying the 40% tax bracket, and they can claim back 20%, but they're still going to be paying 20% more tax than they would normally, and therefore they're being taxed on their profits, and they could be losing a lot of money. So private landlords are going to be losing money. Now, even if you're in a limited company, if you took out a bounce back loan, you could be losing money. And third off, if you took a mortgage payment holiday. Now, if you took a mortgage payment holiday, I have also heard and read that they are refusing people to remortgage, people who took a mortgage payment holiday. This is not only the landlords that took a mortgage payment holiday, but this is also individual people that took a mortgage payment holiday who were told that it will not affect their remortgageability or their credit rating or anything along those lines. They were told, don't worry, if you need it, take it, it's fine. But they're being affected. Landlords in particular, they're being told again, high risk portfolio, otherwise you wouldn't have had to have the holiday, and therefore if you're a high risk portfolio, we don't want to deal with you. So this is putting the landlords under a lot of strain again, because they can't now remortgage and keep their mortgage payments down. Therefore, more landlords are going to start having to sell their properties. Now, this is even though some landlords have got more money in the bank than they took out a loan. I read today that one landlord took out a £12,500 bounce back loan, and they have more than that in their bank account even now, even though they've had voids, even though they've had no payments, and even though they've had empty properties and repair costs. They have still got more than that in their bank account, but they took it out just in case. Now, the just in case the bank doesn't care about. The bank cares that you took out a loan or you had a mortgage payment holiday, and therefore you were considering that you might need the money. And if you think you might need the money, then the bank says, if you think you need the money, we think you definitely needed the money. And for that reason, they're making it very difficult for people to remortgage who took out bounce back loans or a mortgage payment holiday. So these landlords are now going to start being motivated landlords, along with the predicted crash in property prices. I believe this year is going to be extremely high in motivated sellers, and they're going to be coming to the market very soon. And I reckon that when the 4 loan payments end, that is when it's going to really start showing. At the moment, we're getting people buying because they had a pent-up demand from the December elections and the Brexit decisions, and now I think that is going to start calming down. We've had a few weeks after lockdown and a lot of people have started buying and selling houses. I think that now we're going to start seeing the prices drop, and by the end of the year there's going to be so many motivated sellers out there, you're going to be able to get a lot of good deals. So now is the perfect time to start finding motivated sellers and getting your portfolio and starting your property business. They're predicting that, just like in the 2008 recession, we are going to have a rent price drop. So they are predicting that the rental income for most properties are going to drop by an average of 5%. I don't think that's true everywhere in the country. I believe in some places where the rents are really high, like London and other cities, you are going to have a rent reduction. They're saying London is about 9%. That obviously changes the average for the country. I think the cities which are expensive rents are going to come down in rent, but I think the cheap rents in lower paid areas, they're not going to see much change in the rental demand or the rental prices. But this also means that if the rents are dropping, then the landlords are going to be under more strain, because obviously with their mortgage payments going up, with their rents dropping and them not being able to remortgage, along with house prices dropping, I think a lot of landlords are going to start getting scared and a lot of landlords are going to start selling. So I think that's another opportunity for us that we're going to see popping up very soon. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel and whack that bell notification icon so you get notified of new updates on the property industry every week.